for creativity to happen, you need to be bored.
True.
If you're always constantly like engaged with something,
in your mind, right?
you will never ever be creative. You need to be bored, and then suddenly the idea will just come.
Welcome to another episode of the Splash IRL Podcast. Here we talk to people who run and own businesses, and we dive deep into what it really takes to make it all work. So no fluff, no sugarcoating, and completely unscripted, just real honest conversations. So today we have Royce from Poopee.
Hi.
So what does what does Poopee do?
Okay, so essentially we sell grass. We sell grass in a box.
Yeah.
For your dogs to pee in.
Yeah.
So it's exactly as what I've described. It's literally I send you a cardboard box with grass, and then your dogs will know what to do.
But why? Like, what is it's quite interesting, right? I mean, why would you even think of that idea?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I have 3 elderly dogs. And then it got a bit troublesome because they needed to walk up and down the stairs. And then as they age, their knees aren't that good. They take a long time to walk down, or it's really not that good for them to walk.
So in your house, like they only pee outside?
Yes, okay, yeah. So yeah, they only pee outside on real grass.
Okay.
So that was the issue that we had.
And they always had to go up and down your house stairs.
So they always had to go up and down. And then I thought, since they only pee on grass, how about I just bring the grass inside?
But then, wouldn't that be like, I don't know, so how was your first, how did you actually first do the grass and bring it inside?
Okay, so I had this idea, right? To bring the grass from the outside inside. And then I went to look on the internet. Because, everything that you want to do in this life has already probably been done before already.
True.
Yeah, I mean, why reinvent the wheel if the wheel already works? So I went to look up like whether there's such a product, whether there's grass indoors. And then at first all I found was just
the carpet, the big
those
one,
carpet grass, the plastic ones. But then like it didn't feel right. Like I don't know whether my dogs will take to using it because first of all the scent will be different, the texture will be different. It will not be the same thing as what they get outside. And then I came across many companies that are actually doing this in Western countries.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so that's actually a very common thing in Western countries. Where it's literally grass.
But why do dogs like to pee up? Because my dogs also, when they go to the grass, they actually pee up. Why?
I think it's a natural thing. It's just a switch in their brain that tells them what to do. Like it's a instinct more than a learned thing.
And then but then somehow my dogs can pee on my pee pad lah, right? But it's so like how do dogs kind of like know that place is a place to pee?
The one wrong person to ask. I'm not behavioral scientist, but all I can tell you is that using grass will make the potty training a lot easier for your dogs.
Oh, is it?
Because they have that sense, they sniff it and then they know what to do. Not all dogs know. Like say 80% of my customer base, their dogs the moment they smell the box of grass, they know what to do. You just leave it there, just let them autopilot. But the other 20% might need a bit of training. Because some dogs, they have only used the toilet outside of their house. So that means they need to leave the house door and then they can go and pee. So like maybe that's the trigger in their head. Like I need to leave this barrier before I can pee. So for those dogs, a bit of training and reconditioning is needed. Because dogs' brains are built very differently from ours. Like we can understand reasoning, we can understand words. Dogs don't understand any of these. They understand habits. So it's a habit that you need to build up. And you need to break the previous habit of you can only pee when you leave the house or when you walk down the stairs or when you go through the lift or whatever. There is always that trigger for them that tells them that, hey, I can pee now. So it's not like we can talk to our dogs and ask them what's that trigger for them. So sometimes it's a trial and error.
Yeah, true. I try to tell my dogs what to do. Like Poopee has like this insane barking habit. So it's very hard. It's triggered from, but I also don't know whether it's like breed thing or is it personality thing?
Honestly, I feel like for dogs, breed like traits are really like, it's a stereotype that we have, but it's not in them. Like I feel like every breed can be any kind of dog. It's just upbringing. Like generally with small dogs, especially like chihuahuas and all, you would think that they are very feisty.
Yeah.
But I suppose we treat them like toys.
Uh-huh.
But they are dogs. So the more we treat them like toys, the more they don't feel respected, the more they feel like they have to stand up for themselves, and that's why they get aggressive.
True. But I have a friend, Chihuahua is very chill
Yeah, because
you know
upbringing.
like Nicole Changmin's dog Moon, damn chill
Really?
It's like super chill. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's upbringing. Yeah, it's how they train the dogs, how they are around the dogs. Dogs are like our children, they learn from us.
Yeah. So then like so after you realize that another country has and the other countries have also this product, then how do you
Well, the easiest thing to do is just to replicate their processes, see what's working for them, and then you learn from them. You go look up whatever mistakes they had in the past, you learn from those mistakes. So I mean,
how do you do that?
go and study see all the brands that are there.
And where are these people actually selling?
So there are, in every Western country, in like the main states or the main cities, there's always usually at least one brand that's doing this.
Okay.
There's a very big one in the States. They actually IPO'd.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow. What's this brand called?
Forgot. All I know is that they IPO'd.
IPO. Okay.
So I thought like, if I feel like this is a need for me, I'm sure a lot of people will have the same idea that this will be a need for them.
Yeah.
And then after we opened, we realized that it really is a need for a lot of people. And if the one in the States can go IPO, I'm sure we can go somewhere near. Yeah.
But is that a plan to IPO?
No, of course not. That one will be far. Honestly, our plan
Some
is-
people really just want the build to exit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get what you mean. But when I own businesses, I do it for the joy of the business. Not so much making money, but because I feel like making money is it's a secondary thing, It's like you enjoy the job, you enjoy the passion, and then the money will just come.
But do you feel like that's something that like a luxury that only some people can have?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I guess you could say that.
But do you think it's for like everyone to
I think that's a very hard thing to say. I feel like business in general is a gamble. Every business can fail, no matter how big you are.
True.
Yeah, so
I would know.
oops. I also have had my fair share of failures in the past.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that now Poopee is also a success. We are still breaking even, making a small profit. Not big enough for me to really call this like a full-time gig. It's not like I can sustain on this for now, but we are getting there slowly. But back to the point where it is a luxury to own a business and to have the business build organic momentum. Because a lot of people, they want to come out, first month I need to make this amount, second month I need to make this amount, if not I'm a failure, if not my whole savings are all going to be depleted, and then it is a luxury.
Yeah. Wait, but before you did Poopee, what were you doing? I mean, most people they have the trajectory, they work for a while and then they started their own business. Yeah.
Okay, so I decided very early on that I didn't like to study.
I also don't like study.
Yeah, but then I really cannot study.
Okay.
So after army, right, usually people go and do their degrees. I was like, I think I just gonna work. So
Where did you study before army?
I studied in Raffles Design Institute. It's a private art college.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always been like,
That's why it's so cool.
no lah. I've always been like artsy my whole life. So I was very into graphic design. I did it as a hobby. So I went to do visual comms. That didn't really work out.
What's visual comms?
So visual comms is like graphic design essentially.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just an overarching term lah. Like you
Okay,
like
okay.
photography, videography,
Okay.
yeah, graphic stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, then instead of coming out to study my degree after army, I decided to go and work. So I went to apply for a few jobs with my visual comms diploma, and I realized like, wow, shit, the job market is like not easy.
What kind of jobs?
So like graphic design jobs or
Okay.
like because that was what I studied. Right? I thought like, you know, I have paper already, I have the cert, I can find a job that, you know, will pay like at least decent.
Yeah.
But all the jobs I found were like 1,500,
Huh?
1,800.
That's like intern. Oh,
Yeah, that's intern pay for
plus.
now.
Yeah.
But back in my time, intern pay was like $500.
Your time is not very long ago, right?
Okay, I came out from army maybe a decade ago already.
Same around there.
Yeah, lor, when I came out to work, that was all the jobs that I could find.
Oh.
Like with no experience. The very basic ones were like I can pay like 1,500 and then it was like a 6-day work week.
Wow, that's crazy. 6-day work week.
Yeah.
Then the leave confirm give you very little also.
Yeah. Or maybe I don't know lah. So I was like, wash. Then
Then how long did you do that?
I didn't even do it. I went for a couple interviews. I was like, wow, I don't want to do this. So then I thought, okay, since this visual comms thing might not work out, why not I go another route where I know I can make money, which is sales.
Okay.
So I did sales. I did sales. I sold furniture for about a year.
Oh, okay. In one of the
Yeah, so it's not a big firm. It's quite a small firm, but they have big backing. So yeah, I try to do sales, but learning from the start is also not easy. Getting from a designer mindset to a salesman mindset.
yeah. What was the shift you think in like doing sales versus design?
Money, money still makes the world go around, right?
Right, but like it's
and-
what's the difference? Like I mean there's definitely a difference, but like for example I myself so far. Then as a designer mindset and a sales mindset, what's the difference?
How do you mean?
Like do you say like wow, you know this one the design is like this certain way?
Okay, so the furniture that I sold wasn't like house furniture. It was
Okay.
actually office furniture. So it was a lot more about numbers, a lot more about like how can we fit the specs of the architect. Because usually we are given
okay.
VQs,
Yeah.
VQ and propose whatever
Yeah.
based upon their specs and their price points.
Yeah.
So that was what I was doing. There's not so much creative, not so much end users, B2B. So it was very dry. And it was just, I mean, when you do sales, your hours are a bit more flexible. You have to report every day and do nothing. So that was what I enjoyed. I rather
The flexibility.
the flexibility.
But do you like doing sales?
I would say everybody does sales in their life, no matter what they do, even if they're at their shop. Everything is selling something. You're selling an idea, you're selling. Everything is about selling something. Yeah, so I felt like I don't quite enjoy B2C sales. I mean, I don't quite enjoy B2B sales, but I rather enjoy. I quite like B2C sales.
Oh, okay,
Because I
okay.
can talk to the end user. It's more about emotions rather than numbers.
So so actually doing your own brand is something that would have been a natural trajectory lah, right?
I feel so. Because in the end, working for someone else is not always the easiest when you don't see eye to eye on things.
Then after doing your sales run, then how long were you doing sales?
I was doing sales for about a year.
Okay.
Then after that, I decided like, hey, you know what? My boss isn't treating me too good. I'm gonna start my own thing.
Okay.
So that's where I hit my first wall. It's like, okay, now I want to do my own thing. Do what?
Yeah.
No. So I think I spent about 1 month just rotting.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just like, you know, like the tangping.
No, but I really think that's something that I don't know, for me personally, I would also go through that. Like for example, if one day I had nothing on my plate at all, and then I say I'm going to start something, I confirm spend the next 1 year just deliberating what to do and then not doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem with freedom. It's like
Yeah.
if nobody's telling you what to do, you also don't know what to do, then like nobody's like there's no timeline, there's no anything.
But do you feel like it's a personality thing or is it like
Maybe it's an ADHD thing, I don't know.
I also think so, because I think I also got ADHD. Yeah.
But I made a decision quite fast because I feel like for creativity to happen, you need to be bored.
True.
If you're always constantly like engaged with something,
In your mind, right?
yeah, you will never ever be creative.
Mm.
You need to be bored, and then suddenly the idea will just come. Yeah, so back then scrolling Facebook was a thing. So every day you nothing to do, you just scroll Facebook.
Yeah.
Then I saw this article that caught my eye. It was a rage room, a place where you go to break stuff. I was like, wow, shit.
Oh yeah, you also own the Fragment Room,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
So I saw that thing on Facebook. I was like, wow, shit, that's quite a cool idea. Then I was like, wow, I'm very stressed because now I don't have a job. And then I'm sure there are a lot of other stressed people around me.
Yeah.
And then Singapore, there's like no proper outlet to like de-stress.
True.
I mean, you can go and drink, but drinking also very expensive.
Yeah, very expensive.
Then end up, I mean, it's not good for your health. It's not really good in general. You need a lot of friends to go and have fun when you drink.
And it doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah, you should stress it at the end of the day. So I thought like, hey, rage room, like, not bad idea. Then that was when I was like, okay, I'm not gonna look for any more ideas. I'm just gonna work on this idea. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I just have to start it. So, I mean, the world doesn't reward your finished outcomes. They reward you doing things.
Yes. Yes.
So all you need to do is just take the first step and do.
yeah.
So-
but do you always have that? Because I think a lot of people, they are like, wow, we need to make sure that the risk is low and all that kind of thing. But I realized that a lot of people, like I noticed a lot of people who have some level of success always just start with doing first.
Yeah, that's what I realized also. But I didn't think that far, to be honest. It wasn't that deep at the start. I just had a one-track mind. I just like, all I have to do is do. Like, there wasn't a thought process. There wasn't like, what if I fail? There wasn't anything. I was just like, I just want to do this.
And how do you even get that started? Because you need to rent the place, you
Yeah.
need to go and source for all the
Yeah.
the items to
So
smash.
as a young kid who doesn't understand.
How old were you then actually?
I was like 22, 23.
Oh, that's damn young, man.
But I mean, kids are starting businesses now.
Now it's
younger.
crazy. Now,
Like,
now,
I mean, with
poly
social
kids, man.
media,
Yeah.
people can learn anything. So yeah, back then I didn't know anything. So I just figured it out lor. Like, what was my first step? I needed to find out where I can rent. So I found a spot. It took me at least 3 months to actually find the right spot to rent.
Okay.
Because like I think my landlord wasn't getting my vision.
Okay.
I wanted a space where it was like a high stress zone, but also not too stressful and not in a mall, not somewhere you would typically find a store like my idea was like it has to be like juxtaposed to where it was. Yeah,
How does that look like?
I know it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we were like, I found a spot in Balestier.
Okay.
So it was a very weird, odd space where it's a row of shop houses. The rest of the shop houses were all run down. They were like coffee supplier lah, and then like some random ass gym or like just a bunch of shop houses. But the main reason why I chose that spot was because it was by a very, very busy road that I drove by on a weekly basis that I was also very stressed out about. Because it was like a 3-lane merging to 2-lane, then after that, here one stop, then another car stop here, then after that, it's just chaos. So then I thought like, wow, this is a perfect spot. My shop is here, people stuck in jam, they'll be like looking around because there's nothing to do.
Wow, that's damn smart, man.
Then they look around like,
That's
hey,
crazy.
what's this?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I needed a shop to stand out, to look cool. So I was like, I found this spot, it was in a very bad condition when I got it.
Okay.
Like the ceiling got hole lah.
Which is great.
Yeah,
for
so,
you.
but I needed to make it
Still palatable lah.
yeah. So I found that spot. Then next was to figure out how we run operations.
Okay.
How we're gonna do renovations, how we're gonna fund the space, where we're gonna get stock from.
Yeah.
So everything had to be started from scratch. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know what to do. So first we found the space. Next need to find how to break things, what to break. So then I took inspiration from what they broke in the States. They broke plates, cups, bowls,
Got some computer also, right?
Yeah. They broke computer, furniture. So then I thought like, hey, where to find these things? Salvation Army.
Oh, that's true. Wow, that's
Everybody
smart.
couldn't throw things.
Then you go there and buy.
So I went to Salvation Army. I went there a few times because the first few times they didn't want to entertain me.
Okay.
They were like, you buy for what? I sell it for what?
Okay.
So after a while, I think after my third visit or something, I met the correct person and then he was like, okay, we will sell you. And then I started buying from them, but that wasn't enough because Salvation Army will only sell me things that they deem unworthy of giving to people or for selling themselves. So it's like really like trash. So I had to find another supplier. Then somehow, I think someone reached out to me. They said that, oh, we saw that you guys were doing this and then we have lost stock. So it was like this third generation porcelain or ceramic supplier in Singapore.
Okay.
But then the past two generations, how our older generations are, they're like the hot.
Oh yeah.
So they have warehouses full of stock from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. It was just all dead stuff that
nobody's gonna buy.
Nobody's gonna buy. They also don't want to sell.
Is it because it's just not very nice?
No, honestly, everything was like perfect condition. Some of the things that I bought and broke, I feel quite bad about. I think a lot of them could be collector's items, but nobody wanted them.
Okay.
And we didn't see any value in them at that point. So off they went.
And then how do you all figure out like the operations and everything? You were doing this alone, right?
I was doing this alone. To be honest, I like to do business alone because I can control the narrative. I can control how everything works. Maybe I'm also of a control freak also.
Yeah.
But I rather do everything alone, figure everything out myself. So if anything were to go wrong, I'm the one to blame.
Yeah.
So I cannot blame anyone else. If say I will pass this job to person A, and this person A didn't do a good job, I would blame myself for not taking the role away from person A to do it myself.
But why? But if you do that, wouldn't you? The other argument would be like you can't scale.
That's true, and that's why I sold the business at the end. But that's for
yeah. But cool. Like, how do you even figure out operations? Like for 22, 23-year-old to figure out operations, to figure out how to make money, to figure out like renting the space.
The money part wasn't even a thought. I didn't even think how to make money. I just thought, okay, once this business goes, we'll make money. I didn't think about it.
Okay.
So how we learn operations, I found a similar business in Melbourne.
Okay.
And then I just visited them as a customer. I was like, let's go there, just see how they do things. Just copy paste. I mean, there's nothing stopping me from going to another similar business and understanding how they work.
Yeah.
So I just went there, asked a whole bunch of questions, came home and I was like, okay, I think I know how to do this.
But it's quite crazy to have that mindset of like knowing how it works. Because I was speaking to some friends also, then a lot of them don't have that mindset of like, let's say, you know some people have that kind of occupational hazard when you go to like a concert, then you count the number of seats. Then from there, then you count, then you're like, oh, okay, actually can make money, how much the production costs. Those
actually
like,
happens to me also.
Yeah, exactly. But do you feel like a lot of, I feel like it doesn't come naturally for most people. Yeah. And to do it at that 22, 23-year-old kind of age, which but you say you didn't really count.
Yeah, I didn't count.
You just knew it was gonna work.
Yeah.
And then how did the story unfold after that? I mean, it became like
it exploded.
Thing when it really exploded.
Yeah, overnight it exploded. It took a week.
Okay.
The first week.
A week.
The first week I was very scared. The first week nobody came. Like barely anybody came.
Okay.
Then after the first week, suddenly every single day, at least I get one call an hour from a publication. Right. Hey, we want to feature you. Then like people started pouring.
And do you even like go and push?
No, I didn't do anything.
What marketing do you do?
Nothing.
Really?
Honestly, it was
It's just
out.
the marketing of the road that you choose.
I think it's that it was such a novel business that people just wanted to feature.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, I felt like that was my framework for all my other business. I want to do something novel.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think novelty has kind of worn off in this day and age. Everything has been done. But yeah, back then, novelty was a thing. You do something different, it's free publicity. I didn't think about that at first also. But once people started pouring in, we were so busy to the point where we closed at 10 p.m, but there were some nights that we stayed until 2 a.m. because of the overflow of customers.
Like they queue up and
Yeah, people queue up.
how much were you charging?
Wow, quite a lot, to be honest. I think like for every like half an hour session, it was like $75 for 2 people.
Wow, that's crazy.
And then on top of that, we upsell them, like get them to buy TVs, get them to buy like extra.
Oh, like buy TV to break.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So
Oh, that's smart.
basically, I was a Karanguni, and
But that's insane.
Yeah, I mean, the
because your
value-
cost is like almost negligible.
it is a negligible cost, and the value is deemed by the consumer. Ma.
Yeah.
If they deem that I want to pay this amount, I'm okay to pay this amount, who am I to tell them that you should?
How much will you sell like a TV to break?
$50, $100, $200.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then your cost price is probably like
Honestly, negligible.
maybe you saw under the void that they just take.
Oh, so back then we also had a thing where a lot of people were just calling us like, "Hey, we're moving out of the country. You want to come and clear our house?"
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's free stuff for us.
Because they would have need to pay money for people to
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
anyway, right?
But I mean, in the end, they still get people to throw for them, lah. But we come and take all the good stuff that we want first. It's just that we just had community support. Yeah, people just want to donate their shit. They don't want really to give us.
And how long did this boom last?
It lasted for about a year and a half. So actually, we broke even in 2 weeks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. That being said, we didn't spend that much, to be honest. For the whole setup, the whole initial investment was about 40K.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's quite.
So we cleared our 40K in 2 weeks.
and then you continue
Yeah, so we
building it. And then what made you decide that one day you want to sell it away?
So we only signed a 2-year lease. And at the end we couldn't extend our lease because our landlord wanted to take back the property and redevelop. So currently it's like
Co-living or something.
it's a condo.
Okay.
And you know, when you're young, fast money come, fast money go. So I spent all the money. I didn't have any savings. I thought that, you know, at that point money was super easy to earn.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, wow,
What did you spend on?
I don't know. If you ask me now, I
It's like me. I also don't know what I spent on half the time.
I bought a car.
Okay.
Then I just went drinking a lot.
Okay.
I mean, when you're young,
Should have used your fragment room more than your drinking. But no space.
yeah, but
Yeah.
when you're young, you do stupid things.
Okay.
You think that money is super easy to get.
Uh.
Yeah, that's what I learned. All my money was just gone. At the end, when we were thinking whether we wanted to find a new space, but even if I found a new space, I don't have money to renovate.
Oh.
Then I was like, maybe it's time to call it because the last maybe 4 to 5 months, I could see the sales dipping. We weren't getting fully booked. And then I was like, maybe we had a good run, then just call it. Then I had a staff who worked with me. He said, hey, how about I just buy over your business? I was like, okay lor, I sell you lor. Because if I don't sell you, I also just fold and like at least I get a bit of cash. So I sold the business and then I just left it to him. So all he had essentially were just rights to the name.
Yeah.
And then he started his own space at MacPherson.
Oh,
And then he's been running
Yeah,
ever since.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you feel like, I mean, definitely you were saying there's like a dip also, and do you feel like a lot of these trends or businesses in general do have like this kind of
Highs
trend?
and lows.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's normal lah.
But and cause I think for most people they will always think about like, should I do a stable job or should I go and start a business? And then when the business do very well, then I think a lot of people when the business do well, they will think like, wow, this is even more sustainable, this is even better. But do you feel like it's also actually quite scary?
It is.
In a sense that it's not very sustainable.
On
Some
the-
of the trends especially.
On the days that you get very little to no sales, I cannot sleep. You're like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Like, is my marketing not good? Like, why is happening? Like, is this going to be every day? Like, I think having a stable job is so peaceful. You go to work give you work, and then you just follow what you need to do, and then you get a paycheck. Your salary or your life doesn't depend on whether your business does well or not.
Yeah.
Even if your company that you work at doesn't do well, maybe you just get less bonus or but you still get your salary, ma.
True.
But as a business owner, if that month don't do well, you still have overheads, you have rental,
exactly.
you have stuff to pay,
play.
everything you also need to pay, and then at the end, what do you have? Oh, I don't have money to pay myself. Okay, this month I'm just not going to pay money.
No money. Yeah. And then why do you even like decide to continue doing business? I mean, after going through all that.
It's not an easy step, but I felt like it was only natural. I felt like working for myself was the only way I knew how.
I see.
Yeah.
And do you feel like the yourself part is very important? Like building something that is yours, that is, or is it more like this is my calling or what?
I wouldn't say calling lah. I've always wanted to run a business. Recently, my mother put up a drawing that I did when I was like 4 years old.
Okay.
It said that I have a business but I have no money. That's exactly me now.
Sounds like me. I got too many business but no money.
Yeah. So being a business owner is not easy.
Yeah.
There's always ups and downs. At the ups, you feel like you're at the top of the world.
Yeah.
When it's down, you're like, wow, you cannot sleep. You're just stressed out of your mind, thinking like, how can I fix this tomorrow? And that tomorrow might not come tomorrow, it might come next week, it might come next month, it might come next year, you also never know.
And after the Fragment Room, what do you do? Like, do you do business or?
So after Fragment Room, I felt like it was my calling to maybe take the back seat for a bit. Don't make the call, work for someone else. So that's what I did. I worked for someone else for about 3 years. Since I always liked design, I went into interior design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I did interior design for 3 years. I really tried my best, but honestly, it was very stressful.
Why?
The industry is very stressful, and it was just a lot of sleepless nights.
But actually, there are a lot of people doing ID out there.
It is, because it's a very low barrier
of entry lah.
Yeah.
But shouldn't actually design? Cause that's something that I always grapple with, right? Like a lot of the IDs don't
It's not a
actually
design job.
Yeah, it's just a sales job
It is a sales job, but
and an arbitrage job.
yes. So essentially for interior design in Singapore, 80% of the job is project management. 20% of it is actually design.
Okay.
So you see there are a lot of interior designer. All of a sudden you see your friend from primary school suddenly become interior designer when last time he's doing something else.
Yeah.
Because anybody can do it. There's no barrier to entry.
Then what's the stressful part of it?
Managing, doing the project management,
Okay.
managing expectations of your clients, managing your contractors. Because as an interior designer, you're not just managing one group of people, you're managing a whole horde of people, like 20, 30 people. And then when you're so young, you don't have experience, you need to learn everything from scratch. As an interior designer, you don't just learn one thing, you learn many things. You learn how to even install window, what goes into your plumbing, how to run electrical, how to do your carpentry, where does the hose go, what kind of finishing. Every single thing you also must know, because if you don't know, you cannot eat, you cannot play by your contractor.
True.
It's very cutthroat world. Anything they can get away with, they're trying to get away. And they know that we are all kids, we don't know anything. They try to sneak through everything, and then end up we get shit from our
your
customers.
customer, and
Because we also don't know better.
and then you have to be the one that fork out the amounts to rectify and everything.
Or in the end, you just get scolded by your customers every single day, which is pretty much what happened. Yeah, a lot of
you
people
were very stressed
very stressed.
and you did it for 3 years. That's
I did for
crazy.
3 years. Yeah.
But then, do you feel like while you were ID, you didn't, because of the amount of project management versus design, you didn't get the chance to kind of showcase what you actually wanted to do?
Yeah, because that wasn't what I expected when I went into the role. I thought that, doing ID, I'll get to explore designs, and explore designing spaces, because that's what I actually like to do. But yeah, it wasn't that. It was just project management.
And how do you feel like you wish that it would have been a better? Do you wish that would have been like the industry would have been different?
Of course, but I think the industry in Singapore is not at that stage where it can evolve into that level. Because first of all, pricing is very sensitive in Singapore. Any business that we do, pricing is very sensitive.
Yeah.
Singaporeans are super sensitive to pricing. So with interior design, even though people are already calling it expensive, our margins are all super low.
Okay.
Like some people, their margin 5%. if you make one mistake, right, you don't even have margin.
Yeah.
A good margin for interior design is like 20%, but 20% is super hard to come by.
Yeah.
And honestly, with 20%, you can't even do much. But if like interior design can be more like architecture, where you have a designer who handles design and then you hand off to someone else to run the project, that'll be super good. But in Singapore, for the prices that people are willing to pay, that's not possible.
That's true. Like I would also imagine it to be better in the sense like you charge a design fee, like maybe like at the very least maybe for HDB like 5 to 10k design fee, and then you bump it up to the contractor to do.
But which customer is willing to pay that 5 to 10k when there's like at least 200 other people who say I don't charge?
That's true. It's cause of the competition lah, right? But that's what I did for my house. We got an ID, and then she did the design, and we quite liked it. Then we paid her off for the design, and then we went to project manage ourselves. Yeah.
Not easy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's not easy lah. But at least I have a main con. So then the main con handles.
Oh, that's good lah.
Yeah.
If you have to jaga all the subcons yourself, that'll be hell. Then some of them got attitude, some of them don't want to work.
Exactly. Then they build halfway, then they like realize like hey, it's wrong or something.
Yeah,
then they
or
don't want to fix it.
Yeah, or halfway they figure out like, hey, actually we undercode you. Oh, never mind, I don't come over already.
That's quite crazy.
Yeah.
But then also like I have friends who are doing like AI, who have been doing quite a lot of like this AI ID stuff. So like they really just use like Midjourney or what to kind of design the vibe, and then they also go and sub it out. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like AI cannot replace everything. Because with interior design, especially in Singapore, there are a lot of things that can and cannot be done. When it comes to legality also, like for HDBs, there are a lot of legalities where
where the toilet bowl cannot be, right?
Or like how big a toilet can be, what kind of what kind of ceiling you can have, or like how big a window should be. Like AI wouldn't care about all these things, right?
True.
They would just propose anything, and then you cannot replicate the thing. It can give you a vibe, but honestly, I feel like with interior design, it has to come from experience. And having an eye for this.
But that's more for like the technical stuff, right? But what about the creativity part? Do you feel like you are for like AI having a say in the creativity?
I feel like right now AI is overly saturated.
Okay.
Everything that we see is AI. The thing that will stand out is people that actually do things with their hands.
True.
Like recently I was doing graphics for my brand Poopee. I thought of using Midjourney, but then if I use Midjourney, then every other brand also using Midjourney. I look one time, I already know this as AI already. But I mean, to the end consumer, some people might not realize it. But it's an ick.
Okay.
Like now I see like AI generated content. I'm like honestly, I feel it's very low effort.
Okay.
So then I took out my iPad, and I started drawing the design by myself, and I felt like it has more soul. Yeah,
but not everybody can draw.
Yeah, not everybody can do it, and that's why people need to hire people to do stuff. Because last time I used to hire illustrators also.
Yeah,
but I'm honestly not a fan of using AI to take over someone's role.
Okay.
And to take over creativity. If say I need AI to help me clean up the text that I've written, like say I've written a whole paragraph, I need AI to help me clean it up so that the points are at the right place, the story flows a bit better. Then by all means use AI. But if say you use AI to just create something out of nothing, then I don't think that's the right way. I feel like AI should be a tool, but not.
So like kind of like would you say like, for example, you have a photo and then got like people around, then like kind of like using AI to remove those.
Yeah, that's totally fine. But to get AI to generate the whole thing,
the whole ideate and generate all at the same time is something that it's not genuine lah.
Yeah, it isn't genuine. There's no soul. Yeah.
Cool. And I mean, speaking of like brand, like design and AI and all that, like I remember the first time I met you, then you came over to talk to us at our booth, right? Our Soilcraft booth. Then I think you passed me some stickers.
Oh.
Then I said, wow, so nice. Then the stickers. Then you said, something like, wow, brand, no choice, man, need to do branding. Then I look at your booth, wow, really the branding is there, man. Then from then on, like, I've been thinking like, wow, branding is like really damn important. And like, what is, like, how do you come to that realization?
Maybe also because I studied visual comm in the past.
Uh-huh.
Branding is a thing that we know and something that we do. So with Fragment Room, branding was also very important. The whole vibe played a huge role in the space. Because the vibe and the attitude and the tone of voice of the space is what the brand actually is. Branding is not just a logo.
Yeah.
Branding is the whole vibe and how people perceive your brand. And like, I feel like everything needs branding. And if you don't put the effort into branding your product or your brand, you literally put no effort into whatever you're doing. It's like, again, it's like using AI to generate something. There's no soul. The brand is the soul of the company. So, what's the question?
And then and then how did you like think of like Poopee and then what is this branding for Poopee centered around?
Whenever I think of brands, I always want them to be an extension of myself.
Okay.
So with Poopee, I felt like I wanted, because I love my dogs and I feel like my dogs are very cute, but they're also very feisty. So that was the kind of brand that I wanted to portray. Like it's a cute, approachable brand that still has a bit of like a how do I say this?
Like my dog.
Like bad boy vibe,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's our vibe, Like we're just cute, approachable. It sounds quite disgusting to say that, but yeah, I just wanted a brand to be super approachable.
But how do you achieve that?
How to achieve? That's a very good question.
Do you feel like it's like it just like, oh, I feel like going to do this, then you just do this, or is there like a systematic step?
I'm sure there is a proper way to do it, but I haven't done it the proper way. It's just whatever comes natural, I'll do.
But somehow you get to be able to, how to say, like your genetics.
No, I feel like it's more like I have a
thinking.
vision for the thing, and then I just want to execute the vision in whatever way I deem fit. Like for the stickers, I feel like stickers are a very good touch point. Because I like to collect stickers also. Like my laptop used to be covered in stickers.
Yeah, mine is with your sticker also.
Nice. And then like everything that I can paste a sticker on, I'll paste a sticker on.
Okay.
My luggage has like layers of stickers. My Kano stickers but yeah, anything I can paste a sticker without damaging it, then will make it look nicer. I'll paste the stickers on that.
Okay. But then I feel like, I mean personally, I feel like for people who are less creative in a sense, it's very hard for us to come up with a branding or like even execute the branding that we kind of visualize. Do you feel like it's something that can be taught, can be learned? Because like for me and Rich, I think for us it's like we are like borderline creative, but somehow it's very hard to achieve the level of branding or like creativity like what you did for Fragment Room and Poopee.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but to be honest, I cannot take all the credit. I have the vision, but I'm not the one who executes them.
Okay.
So for both brands, Fragment Room and Poopee, I hire people to do them. I have this grand vision that I can't really put into words, but when I see it, I know it. So usually I'll just tell the graphic designers that I have a vibe, and then they'll work upon that vibe. And so far, both of them have got the vibe that I want to go for on the first try. So I think I've worked with very good people. I think working with the right people is also very important.
Okay.
Because if you work with the right person, things will just come naturally. You can bounce ideas off of each other, and then things will just happen naturally. Like all these brands that I've started.
But how do you do the communication? Cause I think the communication of the vision is like, I think the missing link or like the super important part. Cause you might have something in your brain, and then you could always like if you communicated it not as well to the person who is supposed to design. No matter how good the designer is, the designer is gonna be like why this, and then it bounce until the designer gets very frustrated.
Yeah, I get what I mean.
You know, like how do you communicate?
Communication is very important. I think I've just been very lucky that the people I've worked with understood what I wanted. Like, I go to them because I know that they are proficient in this style or this vibe. So it's like these things are already innate in them already. I'm just bringing them to bring whatever style that they have into whatever I want to do. Yeah.
Why don't you actually, I mean, if to bridge that communication part also, I mean, you are also trained, why don't you do the designing yourself?
I've tried to be honest, it's really not that easy. Like, I can have a rough idea of the design, right? But when it comes to finishing it, that's where I cannot do it.
Do you feel like it's your own kind of like problem? Like, is it a skills issue?
I see it's a skills issue.
It's not
a
a
skill issue.
It's not a mindset issue. Because some people, like, they cook, they won't eat their own food kind.
Oh, really, man?
Yeah, like my mother-in-law. Like there are some people who like to cook, but they don't eat their own food.
Then eat what?
They just feel like it's not good enough. You know what I mean? Or like some people like in music, like a lot of people like do their own music, but they don't like to listen to it.
Oh.
But for you, you think it's a skills issue lah?
I think it's a skill issue. Yeah, I just
What part of the skills?
I feel like for creative stuff, the skill is also your brain. Because sometimes you can see the thing, it's like a blurred vision in your head, but you cannot finish the edges, you know? It's still a rough idea. And then when I put it out on the screen, then it just doesn't look right. You know, I just don't have the connecting points to make it finished. Yeah, so I rather hire someone who is good at what they do.
And do these people do your branding around like just the brand guide, or like what else do they do? Because I think like branding is, like what you said, is about the whole experience also. Yeah, do they also help with that part?
No. So most of the time when I need brand consultants, I mean like all these graphic designers to come in, I usually only need them for the logo and the rough like color structure and everything, because everything else is in my head. Yeah.
And then everything from like how you package your products, how you would decide what kind of grass to use.
Yeah, so all this usually I have the rough idea. Like so for like Poopee, the box design, I had a rough idea of what I wanted it to feel like, and then I just told my graphic designer, and then he popped it out for me. Yeah.
And then you, of course, I mean, from business perspective also, before you even start the brand, you already started doing all this branding stuff. Do you? Like, I mean, like, start with the brand guy and make the box and everything.
You have to you have to do all these things before the business.
When it costs like a lot of money, like at the start.
That's why you find friends
I see.
who are willing to help you for a cheaper rate.
Friendly
A
price.
brother price.
Brother price.
Yeah. So far, I've been very lucky that people I work with all give me brother price.
Okay.
If I were to go to an agency or something,
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
agency prices are crazy.
And it's like not necessarily will succeed. You know what I mean? And like for us, we struggle with like, do we really wanna spend like that few $1,000s just to like improve the thing that may not even really translate? Or do you feel like it is actually worth it to
You mean branding?
yeah, to put in that amount of money?
I feel like branding is super important. It's like the foundation to your brand. I feel like every brand needs proper branding so that people will understand that the brand has soul. That it comes from a place of passion instead of a need for money. Yeah. I feel like branding is important.
But then the other flip side from branding is like commoditization, like very cheap stuff, which I think has been generally growing from like China and all. Everything's like suddenly very cheap, and then you can buy like a lot of the expensive looking stuff for very cheap. And I think branding I mean, from the past few years, they have taken a lot of brands have taken all these very cheap things and then rebranded it and then somehow like charge a higher price. Do you feel like it's justifiable?
I think it is. I mean, you look at every single business, in order to make money, you buy something $1, you sell $1.20.
Yeah.
You make 20 cents.
Yeah.
You need to make money, but having that brand is the sea of trust.
Okay.
It says that I stand by my product. This is what we sell. This is something that we're proud of. If you just go on Shopee, you buy the thing $1.50, then after it comes, it doesn't work well, you're just like, oh, whatever. But like if you buy the same thing for $10, and then it has a brand, you can go to the brand and you ask them like, why doesn't it work? There's someone there to service you, to answer you, to be responsible for your purchase.
So actually what you're selling as a brand is not so much, because in my mind it's like a bit like prestige or like help you feel better than other people kind of thing, you know.
What do you mean?
Brand, you know, like sometimes people are like, oh, I buy Bugatti because Bugatti I make myself feel better. But for what you said is that brand gives you kind of like a warranty with the reputation, reputational aspect, even though like the product might be exactly the same.
Yeah, I would say so. But I mean, for Poopee right now, we don't actually have a competitor in Singapore. So we are quite good there. People can easily go and buy their own grass, but they'll still rather buy from us.
Go and cut.
Your house outside is cut. I mean, you can do that, but people still choose to buy from us because we can guarantee them that whatever grass they're getting has been vetted by us. It is gonna be clean. They're gonna know it's gonna work. Yeah.
And that trust from having a brand and building the brand, the style of the brand also kind of like fuels that trust in that sense. Cool.
I feel like for small businesses, trust with the consumer is very important. And having a community is also very important. Like, because Poopee is honestly really not that big, I am on a WhatsApp basis with majority of my customers. Any problem they have, they can just WhatsApp me. If they need their order delivered earlier or later, they can just WhatsApp me. Literally anything, they can just WhatsApp me. So we have grown quite a few loyal customers that really treat me like their friend, and I treat them like my friend.
Do you feel at a small business that level it's necessary to do that? Or because I mean the flip side was like you can build a business that is very systems based. So like you automate everything, or like you have staff for every single layer of like customer service and like delivery and all, and make sure your delivery times just stay within that zone and all. Or would a more personalized touch and really being so involved in your business should be the way to go?
Okay, I just be honest. The reason why I'm not doing a systematic approach, right, because I don't know how. This is what I know, so this is what I do.
Okay.
The way I run business is very simple. I just do what I know. If I don't know, I'll just try to figure it out. But and also we don't have that much money to play, so that I can have different parties for different sections. So
yes.
yeah, maybe when we get to that point, when it's more workload that I can handle, then.
But do you feel like it actually contributes to the brand because you as a person are super involved in every single?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, so people have because this product in Singapore is still not it's not a household thing. People don't come, they don't think about this the moment they think of the dog toilet.
Yeah.
So it's a thing that needs to build trust.
Yeah.
The product needs to build trust with the consumer.
Yeah.
And the best way for the product to build trust is by me building trust with the consumer directly.
Like because I asked this question because recently after the SG Pet Festival and all, recently one of our friends told Rach that, hey, you know, the way that you are running the Soycraft is very different from the previous owner, right? The previous owner is more hands-on. She's more, more like behind the scenes, but like on the marketing standpoint only, and there's no like, she's not very like hands-on on the like servicing and everything. Yeah. So we were also wondering like which is like the better way to do things, right? Because the flip side of doing something that's super hands-on is that you might get burned out at some point. Like the previous owner is like, even personally before we bought over the brand, we actually went up to her every time we go to the pet fair. It's like, if I'm not served by you, I won't I won't buy
I get what
thing,
you're
yeah. So then for Rich, she's like she wants something sustainable, but at the same time she also doesn't want to kind of like dilute the brand equity in that sense. Yeah. From like trying to make processes more less involvement for her lah. Yeah. So I mean, from what you're saying is that it seems like it's a kind of like a balance maybe, or like it's a
I feel for Poopee there's no balance right now because everything goes through me.
Yeah.
I'm like the one and only staff. So your customer service is me. Your delivery guy sometimes also is me. Your packing orders guy sometimes also is me. The person at the fest is also me. So now there's not really any balance, but eventually as we progress, as we grow bigger, there needs to be balance. Yeah.
But for like for Hui Li, how does she does she do that also?
For her brand, she's not the face of the brand. The brand is kind of anonymous, even though people know it's hers, but she doesn't want to be the face of the brand, which actually, that was what I advised her to do at the start. Because if you're not the face of the brand, people wouldn't base the brand's reputation on your reputation. They'll just look at the brand solely as the brand.
But why don't you do it for yourself?
Good question. But also because the brand story started out with me. So if I'm not the face of the brand, even though it is actually my story, then who's going to tell my story? I need to tell my own story.
That's very true. I think really it's like different ways to skin I shouldn't say cat. Like different ways to go about the different thing. That's what I also realized from like talking to a lot of people is that a lot of like entrepreneurs is like there are so many ways to like do business, and there's no definite guarantee in terms of like formula like what will work and what won't work lah.
If there's a formula, everywhere reach already.
True.
So easy, man.
But then those people, there are some people outside selling courses and you know.
That's why they reach, man. They sell course, man.
But I think something that it still strikes out to me from talking to all these people is that when they run the business, it needs to be genuinely them. Like especially as founders, like whatever they decide to do, it always needs to be genuinely like this is something that they really will use or really feel for, or like the branding is in their vibe.
Yeah, I feel
you. Which is I think for Poopee and you is like really very in sync.
Yeah, because I always feel like it has to be an extension of myself. That's how I can perform the best.
Yeah. What would Poopee's trajectory be from now, maybe for next 1 year or so?
Don't know. Just continue on. Like, I mean, if you ask me to project, I also cannot project. I cannot see where our sales will be in about a month or 2 months or 1 year. Just hope for the best, you know? I mean, I'm not a big company. I don't have anyone to answer to. Like, I can have a bit of money for myself at the end of the month. Good enough. Like, as long as I'm not in the red, I'm good. Yeah, if it succeeds, then good. If it doesn't, then can still sustain at this point, then so be it.
Is there any like other business you will probably think of doing, say, the next few years, or it's just like
I want to start another business, but not until this one can kind of
run by itself?
Yeah.
And when it runs by itself, you probably cannot be the one delivering the orders.
Yeah, of course not. I mean, if I've enough manpower, I also don't want to do all these things myself. Because as a business owner, I feel like if you do too many of the daily stuff yourself, right, you get so overwhelmed with the basic mechanics of your business that you don't see the whole thing.
Yes. That's what I noticed also. And I mean personally, I also used to pack the orders, deliver orders. I still do it sometimes, but
not every time.
It's like waste. Like the time spent could be better at like build the business on further and get it moving forward lah.
But I mean, it's also good that once in a while we do all these things so that we can be grounded.
Yeah,
like how the Grab CEO still go and deliver things. Don't know that real or not lah.
Apparently the Lyft CEO in US, you know, the LYFT, he also drives like I think once a month or something like that.
Okay.
To kind of like see the customer experience.
I think that's also important.
Mm.
But yeah, just don't occupy yourself with too much of daily stuff.
Yeah.
My fiance's brand also the same. She used to want to do everything herself. I told her you should outsource. Things that you don't need to use your brain, you outsource so that you can use your brain for growing your business.
Yeah. I think that's something that Rich also always tell me. Yeah. But do you feel like you also still feel like that there needs to be some sort of grounding still to kind of like be the first person to do the thing so that you kind of like know how
Of
things
course.
work?
But sometimes, actually, maybe not. Because a lot of times because I started doing everything myself. But now that I've hired people to do it, I realize that their processes are so much better than mine.
Yeah, because they're very specialized in
Yeah, they already know how to do it.
Yeah.
Now I'm learning from them. And then
But at what stage do you actually decide to like switch to the other?
when it took up too much of my time.
Okay.
Yeah, like I couldn't go about my days. Everything was just occupied with operations. And then the company just was stagnant.
Yeah.
Our sales just stagnant for months on end because I was just running operations. Because nobody's thinking of the bigger picture. Nobody's thinking of how to expand, how to get better, whether there's anything in the whole system, in the whole machine that is maybe running a bit slow. Now that I'm stepping a bit further back from operations, I can see like, maybe we're missing a touch point for when the consumer receives the package. Let's do that. And then now that we've done like a progress card
Yeah.
and like a how to care card for the Poopee EcoTurf,
Okay.
our adoption rate is a lot higher.
Wow. Like so all these like small things, only when you step out of the system, then you can realize how to make it more efficient. And not just efficient, but also from a branding point of view, from a conversion point of view also. Wow, that's very interesting. Yeah, I think that's something that we need to think about also. Yeah. Which is why I love talking to business owners, man. Like to learn how other people do things and how you guys have like different perspectives and also share like the extension of you. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for coming down, and this concludes our episode for this week. And if you want to find Poopee, and if your dog needs a grass patch in your house, if you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And you can see Poopee on Instagram and also buy it on internet, right? Poopee.com. Poopee.sg. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Bye bye.